I mean, honestly, I'm on. Oh, that's nice. Excuse me. Is that the cruise ship?
That's a cruise ship.
Let's go.
So what are some of the struggles you had to overcome as an actor yourself?
There's always struggles. I think that's what makes it fun, you know, because there's always challenges and you always face upon different challenges. At one point, I kind of learned that you just have to give up on the thought of one day I'm going to be on easy street, because that's not the point of life, right? At first, it was struggling with language alone, because actually Mandarin's not even my first language. My grandmother couldn't speak Mandarin. I was born in Fuzhou, so it's a city in China, on mainland China, right across the Strait of Taiwan.
Yeah, from here. Yeah, Taiwan is here.
Yeah, exactly. And we had our own dialect. So my grandmother didn't speak any Mandarin, so I have to learn to talk to her in Fuzhouhua, Fujiwa, and it's not like Taiwanese, it's different as well. And that was fun, because when I learned Mandarin, I would get my grandma to count in Mandarin because she was terrible at it, and I would love it. It was kind of mean, but I would love it. She'd go like "yi nei sang si," and she would do that for me. Although it was, you know, she was making a fool of herself, but she would do that for me because I loved it, right? And then and then my mom dragged me over to Hong Kong, and then again the Hong Kong kids made fun of me because I was a mainland kid and I didn't speak any Cantonese, so I had to learn Cantonese right fast. So it was like 2 months I had it pat down, you know, because, you know, I was just getting the crap kicked out of me every single day at lunchtime because they were making fun of me. So I had to at least get some dirty words in there, right? And as you know, Cantonese is full of very colorful and flavorful and fun words to say.
That's right. Did you learn the profanity first? Is that how that's how they always learn Cantonese
Isn't
first?
that what you always start with?
Yes, you learn all the and Cantonese has so many profanities, more than anything else, right? So many ways.
It's beautifully right? You
can
said,
say it in
right?
so many words. It's like bullets, right?
Easier
and then Cantonese, and then English?
And then English. I moved to Australia and learned English. But that was, you know, a bit more troublesome because there's, you know, different accents in Australia as well, and English was completely different than anything that's even close to Chinese, right? People think Chinese is hard, but then for a Chinese person, same thing. Learning English is very difficult.
It's very hard.
Especially when you have all these white kids pummeling down on you, right?
Oh my goodness.
So it's like, you know, time is very sensitive back then. And then I went to Canada because my mom moved to Canada. So I came here and then...
To Vancouver, right?
To Vancouver, yeah. And then so people would go, you know, I'd be, hey, how you doing? My name's Ludi. And then they go like, yo, dude, where you from, man? I'd be like, you know,
from Australia.
I'm Chinese.
China,
because as you know, like when you're Chinese, no matter where you are, you're Chinese, right?
Yeah.
Chinese. They're like, no, you're not, man. You're not Chinese. Chinese don't sound like that, man. Or are you lying, dude? Pump. So that wasn't good, right? So I had to learn to talk like you guys in North America, and especially when I was doing theater and finished school in New York. I quickly learned that to work in this industry, you really have to talk like an American, right?
The American accent, right?
Yeah, and it's fun. I mean, to like, this is a big surprise to a lot of Americans, because to other people around the world, you're the person with the accent.
Yes,
right?
It's true.
So everybody has an accent,
like
and
Canadian,
for me, it doesn't really matter. Like, it really, I almost decide daily what kind of English I'm going to use, because for me, it's all the same. It's all just a second language. I'm always ESL. I'm going to be ESL for life, you know? Whether I'm in New York talking like this, or I'm in Canada and go, hey, that's nice boot, man. Or like, whatever, right? What's that all about? But it doesn't matter to me, you know? Whatever makes people feel comfortable, whatever makes myself feel comfortable. It's all the same to me, because one thing I've learned that is there's not a lot of Asian Australian roles out there.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
Because writers just don't think about that. Like, this guy must be Asian Australian in this movie. No choice, he has to be. Not a lot of that happening. But lately there's been some more appeal for British Australians, so I'm trying to, you know, learn that accent a little bit more.
But all these experience, even now with the different accents, it help you, you know, all the future roles that you might play, right? It's all part of it.
It's all part of it. I mean, it's all part of it. It's like something that Bruce Lee started a long time ago, that he wanted to experience what it was like, and you can tell that Bruce Lee loved American culture.
Oh, yes.
He really lived,
He lived
the rock and roll.
Yes.
Although he's like Kung Fu on one side, he's like...
He's very Chinese, but also very American.
Very rock and roll
Yeah.
with the aviation glasses on the other side and big fur coats and the platform shoes even. That's
He was
another
cool.
side of him.
He was
cool and he was hip, right?
Yeah.
And more and more I'm inspired by him, and it's like I want to continue that legacy. Not only be a person that can do movies locally in Hollywood, but also locally in China, and also locally in England, also locally anywhere around the world. I mean, the world is becoming smaller and smaller,
Right.
and I feel like stories are being told everywhere, so why not be able to tell those stories?
I want to ask you, any for you, being a star in Asia, being a star in here, any interesting stories, like the difference in terms of culture? Like being a star in Asia, what's it like? Being a star in here, what's it like?
Yeah, I mean, in Asia, in China,
Yeah.
you always eat Chinese food, and it's just food to Chinese people. They don't even call it Chinese food. That's how amazing it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and here you just eat
Burgers, whatever,
Yeah. No, but I think at the end of the day, a good saying is nobody ever throws millions of dollars into making a bad movie.
Yes.
Like nobody starts out by saying, I'm gonna make a bad movie. You know? So everyone's trying to tell a good story. But the difference is that in China, I just go with the flow. If everyone's doing the Chinese squat on the sidewalk, eating out of a bowl of noodles, then I go with that, right? And here they give me a trailer. I'm not gonna go like, get that out of here. I want my sidewalk and my squat, right?
Yes. What about the fans in terms of their reaction? Is the fans in China, they are more excited? They are like, oh, in here, like what's the difference when you see the fans?
They're pretty passionate in China.
Yes.
Like they're pretty passionate on the internet. I mean, they're pretty passionate here as well. America always says it's a melting pot,
Yes.
or a tapestry of different cultures, right? And people get excited. I guess people get excited for different things. Although Aquaman in China, people went crazy for it. I mean, it was the first time that James Wan actually went to China.
Yes.
And then people were just like trying to tear his shirt off and just get a piece of him.
Seriously?
Yeah, they
just get a photo, get a selfie.
They're down. And James Wan he's like, lady, are these people? They haven't even seen the movie. They don't know if it's good, but they love me. Let's take some selfies.
That's a good start, I guess, right?
It's a very good start. It's a very good start. It's like what is it? I think today it's up to like 1.5 billion renminbi box office for Aquaman.
That's huge.
It's very big and people love it. I have to say, Brazilian fans are the most passionate fans I've ever met in the world.
Any interesting stories?
I mean, when we were doing press for Power Rangers, this is right after we wrapped the movie. They had no idea what the movie's about. And there was people crying at the airport because we came to visit them at Comic-Con. They didn't even know who we were. I mean, they were just crying. I mean, tears. They were like, yeah, my little sister is actually that way as well.
Right.
Very passionate. I feel like maybe Brazilians just like, they're very good at holding their inner child. They never want to grow up.
I guess also Brazilian, they're more expressive, right? It's the emotion, right?
Yeah.
They're much more expressive. I can see that.
Yeah, the culture, probably.
It's the culture.
And Brazil is actually really a tapestry of different cultures. You can have blonde hair, blue eyes, you can have black hair.
Right.
I mean, I've been to Sao Paulo a few times for work and for promotions, and they love saying two things, right? First, they're like, oh, don't worry about it, it's not that dangerous, it's like any other big city. By the way, just don't use a cell phone on the street because someone might grab it. That's one thing, right? And I go,
it's not that dangerous, but don't use a cell phone, yes.
I never think about that in any other city except for here.
Yes.
And then the second thing they love to say is that we boast the most populous Japanese people outside of Japan.
Right.
So they're like Japanese or Brazilians, they don't speak Japanese, they're like, they grew up there, they're Brazilians, right?
Yes.
There's blonde hair, blue-eyed Brazilians, there's dark-skinned Brazilians. It doesn't matter to them. They speak Portuguese and they're passionate about things.
How do you deal with fame? From like people don't know who you are to people like going crazy seeing you, like how do you see that? How do you manage that?
How do I build fame? To be honest, I'm still building a career.
Yes.
And fame might be a part of my career, but it's not what I do.
How do you view it? How do you keep yourself? How do you manage that?
I didn't know how to manage it, and luckily I didn't know how to manage it before I had any fame at home.
And not being recognized, and people walk up to you and things like that.
Yeah, you know, there's a term in Chinese called 小戏子.
Yes.
Right, in traditional Chinese opera, there's different, like 小戏子 is basically like there's the clown.
Yes.
In Shakespeare.
Yes.
And then like way below the clown.
That's right.
You have a 小戏子.
That's right.
And they come to like, there's another term called 打酱油.
That's right.
Basically means you come and you come for the soy sauce. So you're doing nothing basically, right? So I always feel like if I can make that role interesting, then any role I play would be interesting, right? So I tend to stick with that mentality.
Powerful.
And then I saw an interview actually with one of the very famous Bollywood stars and how he dealt with fame. Because as you know
I love
India,
Bollywood, so
right? India is very
who's
similar
that?
to China, and
Shah Rukh Khan?
I think it was, yeah.
I love Shah Rukh Khan, yes.
Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan. And he said that, you know, when you come into this career, you want fame, right?
That's
like
how
if
you
you're
get.
really honest with yourself,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
A part of you wants fame, just like a part of a lot of people want affluence,
Yes.
want money.
Yeah, wealth.
Maybe that's not the end goal, but it's
something that they want.
it can do a lot for you. And
That's
fame
true.
sometimes it means creative freedom for you.
Yes.
It means love for you.
Yes.
And why would I reject love when people
or
give me love?
admiration or respect or more opportunities, right, to do what you want to do. Yeah.
Right. So I embrace it. One of the most inspirational people that I was personally in touch with was on Aquaman with Willem Dafoe, and we spent a lot of time together just talking because he's a very open person. It's ironic because people see him on the street or in the elevator, they're like, "Oh, you're that bad guy in Spider-Man, right? You're always the bad guy, guy, right?"
The villain.
In Aquaman, he's not the villain,
Yes,
all right?
yes.
And in real life, he's really not the villain. He's such an open, kind guy. And in Australia, we went down to this boxing fight, Horn versus Pacquiao. Very controversial fight. But we're on the floor, and I think there was more people lining up to wait for photos with Willem Dafoe than to actually paying attention to the fight. But he never turned down a single person for an autograph or a photo.
Wow.
Because his thinking is, it takes so little out of him to make someone's day.
Yes.
You know what I mean? People are ecstatic
Yes.
about it, right?
Yes.
So why not? Because you're just increasing the happiness and the general positivity in the world.
It's very true. It's very true.
So right now, at this point, that's how I take it. Who knows? Someday I might get fed up with it and be like, you know,
I don't want no
throwing
photo. I don't
profanities
want
and
no
fingers everywhere.
No
and
selfie
wearing,
and all that, right?
you know, shady glasses and
Yes.
stuff. But this is how I take it right now because I want to experience as much as I can. You know, because I only have one life to live. So
It's very, very true. And even people watch my YouTube videos, they walk up to me and they can I take a selfie. I watch a video. To them, I can see for fans who are watching my videos, it means a lot to them. They see you because it's like if they watch your film or they watch my videos, right? And sometimes it takes them a lot of courage, to walk up to someone, right? For them, it's like to walk up and you can see sometimes they're a little bit shy, right? They're a little bit nervous. Is it okay? Can I take a photo? It takes them a lot of courage. So if they do that, I think giving them that few seconds of attention, selfie, I think is the least that we could do. That's the way that I see it. I'll tell you a funny story. Multiple times, I don't know why. It's sometimes the fans met me at the worst time. Okay. So I would be going to the bathroom, right?
right.
Imagine in the stall, right? I'm
Yeah.
taking care of my business here, and then the friend looks right here and it's like, "Oh, are you Dan Locke?" I said, "Yes."
Right.
And then after I zip up, "Oh, can I take a selfie with you?" I said, "In the bathroom? Like, can I wash my hand?" And you wash your hand, can I do it outside? I've had that happen to me like 4 or 5 times.
Next time I ask for an autograph. While
Like
you're-
it was been so funny,
while you're in
right?
the store.
Oh my goodness.
It's
I don't
pretty
know,
good.
I don't know why, and because the restaurants I go to, I actually like to go
But you did it anyways.
I did it, I
Before
did
you
it.
wash your hand. And
Yes.
the guy's like, I will never wash this hand.
Yeah,
ever
I gotta
again."
wash my hands. You gotta wash your hands. Take it outside.
It's good.
But that's all part of it. It's interesting. So where do you see yourself like say, a year, 2 years from now? What are some of your goals?
Well, I have a very defined goal in terms of my career, what I want to do. It sounds very simple, right? It's basically to be able to tell local stories in China, local stories in the West, and tell stories internationally to whatever audience, right? And for myself, I can't get away from being an Asian.
Yes.
I really can't get away from it, no matter how hard I try.
Yes.
And frankly, I don't try very hard. But so I have to be an Asian actor that's able to do that. And I'm very lucky to have a very straightforward team. And they told me that no one's done this before. And if I can do this, that would be great, right? That's a long-term goal. It sounds simple, but it's very hard to achieve. And then a year or two from now, I just hope that I've learned something. You know, I've learned something new. And affected more people around me, because that's how I learn, right? I mean, believe me, for anyone coming up to me on the street saying, you know, they love this, they love that, that affects me, and that just, it changes me and it builds me. Yeah.
And I loved your answer, because I could hear it's you're enjoying the journey, you're learning. It's not so much, I want to be this or I want to be that. It's more, hey, you know what? I'm learning, I'm growing, that's what I want to do. And you're just enjoying the process. I think that's just beautiful. What's the one piece of advice for someone watching this? Maybe they are immigrants. Maybe they are minorities. Maybe they're going through some tough time, right? Or maybe they're getting bullied. Whatever they're at, what's the one piece of advice you will leave to them to kind of hang in there? That maybe tomorrow it's like today it sucks, tomorrow it sucks even more, but maybe the day after it's beautiful. What would you say to them?
What I would say to someone new in a strange environment, I would probably tell you that life isn't about happiness. I would probably say that. Because for me, life isn't just about happiness, because life is about struggling. Life is about being sad, is about being in pain, and also happiness is a big part of it. But you'll never know what happiness is unless you experience everything else. So all of that makes life. I remember a great line in The Matrix, in the first one, when Agent Smith was saying that, you know, we tried to build you guys paradise, but you kept on waking up because you found it too good to be true. And that's the case. If you have happiness all the time, then you don't know what happiness is really. So what you're going through, the sadness and the pain and everything, it builds you to who you are. And then, yeah, just don't shy away from it. Don't be scared of it, because that's what it's about.
Powerful advice, very powerful. Thank you, Ludi, appreciate it. Make sure you go see Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Second one.
Okay, I got this other thing, right? So basically, it's like, see how many ways you can get up from the ground without using your hands.
What ways? Okay. So cannot use your hands. So
You can do anything but use your hands to get up from the ground.
Okay. All right.
Okay, you ready?
Yes. So first way, right? Okay.
Okay, that's a good way.
Yeah.
So for me, I can just get up like this.
Oh, sweet. All right.
You know, sit back down.
Okay. And then I could do.
Take your time. They can jump cut.
Oh, they can jump cut. So I can do it this way too.
Oh, you can do it that way as well. Okay.
All right.
I can do it like this.
Let me think. Let me think. Okay, this is not pretty, but I think of like a worm. Oh no, that would work. No, it won't work. It won't work. No, what about this? Me? Yeah. Just like that?
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah. Okay.
So it gets increasingly more difficult,
Yes.
right? Because you have to think about other things. So you can do it like this.
Oh, that's a power move right there. That is a power move right there. Give me one more. Is there
Give you one more? Okay. Well, brittle bones, don't try this at home. You can start like this, and then you can just,
right there?
you know.
That's the stuff. So there you go. That's another challenge for you. Come up with ways to get off the ground without hands. This is what Ludi thinks about in his spare time. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna think about ways to get off the ground without hands.
It's important. Try it.
Try it.